We are broadcasting and going live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Ooh. It's almost spooky season.
So, welcome. I'm Christiana Ellis. Our players tonight, David Archambault. Oh.
Hello.
playing Dayanok. I sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't mean to throw you off there. Nobilis playing Canthan.
I'm Canthan, and this is my favorite shop in the Radiant Citadel.
Jason Banks playing Exel.
Hello. It's been a while.
Yes. So, uh, what what we're doing today is because we were in the middle of some Spelljammer Academy last week, but we are down yet another player this week, and so what we decided to do is to switch back to Radiant Citadel for this week and probably get started on the level 4 adventure Fiend of Hollow Mind. But where we left off with the Order of the Golden Prawn is that you had returned from the land of God's Breath, having helped the people there deal with a strange undead conglomeration called a Soul Shaker. And you returned to the Radiant Citadel via the Concord Gem, only to find yourself met by a courier with an invitation to be seen before the Speakers for the Ancestors, which is the government here on the Radiant Citadel, with something about a possibility of joining the Shield Bearers, which is a sort of it's a little bit like if the Radiant Citadel had a National Guard. That's kind of what their deal is. And so it was a little bit surprising. I will leave it to your characters to decide how they feel emotionally about this, but it was certainly surprising to have the note address you all as the Order of the Golden Prawn, given that you had literally only just come up with that name um, relatively recently, and you had not even been back to the Radiant Citadel since then. So something's going on there. But I think what we're going to do here is that you are, I guess, well, here's the first question. We have, let's just go ahead and say that Xenophon and Flounce each have their own business that needs to be attended to, errands to be run, and they are not able to go straight to the Auroral Diamond and the Preserve of the Ancestors, which is where the Speakers for the Ancestors meet. So they hope to rejoin you soon, but in the meantime, what is your plan? Are you thinking seems like... I think the message that you get does not actually suggest come right now, this is an urgent meeting. It doesn't give you a time, but it suggests that you attend at some point.
Is this before or after dropping off the buckets of
After.
after? Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah, so you had already delivered the your crawfish.
This is fortuitous.
It seems like someone's been scrying on us. Huh.
Or, I mean, there's other things it could be, but
Well, given the fact that we haven't talked to anyone
well,
else about the name.
right. But from what I understand, the ancestors are almost kind of like gods. They're not like...
Well, you could say scrying is like just a general, you know,
they've been
semi-omniscience or
yeah,
omniscience.
they've been
Someone's been watching us, basically.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Huh.
Well,
I honestly, I kind of want to go and see what's going on.
I I don't think dilly-dallying would be advised.
Yeah, I mean, if there's, I guess if there's something we need to pick up before we go there, that might be a good idea. But other than that, you know, yeah,
Well,
we should go.
I too think we should go. Because there's no way to find out what they want until we do.
Yes, I'll make sure to take notes uh, for Flounce and what what what's the other
Xenophon. Xenophon.
name?
Xenophon.
Xenophon. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'll make sure to take notes for Flounce and Xenophon.
Well, off we go.
All right. So I think then you would be making your way from the Passage of Respite, where
Mhm.
the Concord Gems dock. You'd be heading, down the aisles, these alleys and passageways and roads, past the Palace of Exile, which, as previously mentioned, is sort of a like a housing for refugees and anyone who needs it in general. But you would be making your way. You're kind of, as you go counterclockwise here around the map, you're essentially going downhill, and you would be looking
Mhm.
at the auroral diamond towering above you, making your way down along, and the as you reach the preserve of the ancestors entrance. I guess here would be a question. Do you think any of the three of you would have had any reason to be in there before?
I don't think so.
Absolutely
No.
not.
No.
No.
Okay.
DNOX hasn't been here more than like 3 days by now.
Mm-hmm. So I think the sorry, I'm a little bit distracted because I'm looking for the Roll20 handout of a particular bit of artwork, and I'm having trouble finding it. Um, hang on. So let's give me just a moment. Like as you are making your way along there, what you find moving in the let's see. Uh, Sorry. Yeah, I am I the oh there we are. Okay. Well, so it looks like they don't have this as a handout as far as I can tell, which is a little strange, but uh but so what you find as you enter through this initial palace is that there is an entire region inside the auroral diamond that is a vast, sprawling, domed interior. The inside of which actually looks like a natural landscape. And you may have heard that this is a location where many animals that had been rescued from various lands or weren't able to continue living wherever they had been before dwell there. It is also the place where the incarnates of the ancestors also dwell. And those are not single spirits, but rather conglomerations of different spirits from each of the different connected lands. And each of those lands, the spirits from that place all sort of conglomerate together, creating what appears to be a gemstone creature of some kind. And some are animals and some are even like trees. But they represent and speak for the spirits of the ancestors. And they dwell and roam this region. But there is also a large sort of hemispherical amphitheater that is where the actual speakers for the ancestors meet. But you basically see that a ways off across this region because you are stopped by a receptionist at a desk who looks up at you and says, this is a half elf, a non-binary, looks perhaps early middle age, uh, got their hair tied in a nice little bun, and they look up and say, "How can I help you?"
We were told to come here.
I
Uh,
well, I show the note. Say we had the order of the golden prawn.
Ah, yes. She looks at that and says, "Ah, yes. Okay. So it looks like we'll have you be meeting Ariat, who is the uh, current leader of the shield bearers at present. I think, yes, I think if there's not really time to have you presented to the entire council right now. However, it looks as though you have been spoken for by the incarnates of both God's Breath and Subsun Ko. So
Oh,
that's certainly an accomplishment. I think that the council will want to speak to your group at some point, but it looks as though I am to direct you to Ariat first. So if you will follow me.
indeed.
let's go.
She leads you just down a hall to where there is a. This is still in that sort of palace section that's almost like a big gatehouse to the interior there. And she knocks there and recruits a young looking. Uh, he's in like mage robes, but he's pretty young. He's a young dragonborn who, and she tells him to escort you to see the to shield bearer headquarters. And so he escorts you there, and you are greeted coming out of an office. A human looks like he's in his 40s. He's obviously a soldier, or has a military bearing to him. He is armed and armored, but he exits his office to join you in the hallway, even as you approach, with no knocking or anything like that. And he says, "Ah, excellent. The Order of the Golden Prawn. Yes. Where are your other two members?"
They had some business to attend to.
Ah, well, we'll
They'll
see
be
that they catch
won't
up
be
with
long.
you. I ordinarily would have a more formal presentation put together here, but I think that we are in a slightly unique circumstance here. You may be curious, of course, as to why we reached out to you. We have heard of your deeds in the last little while through a couple of different sources. We have obviously informants that work the Court of Whispers that are always trying to keep us apprised. But we are always in need of people who can handle themselves and handle, potentially dangerous situations, but who are of a mind to be able to travel to different cultures, explore those cultures with respect, help those who need it, and then return here. This is something that the shield bearers do. Now, I'm not at this point officially offering you group admission to the shield bearers. However, if you are, as a group, so inclined, have a sort of probationary assignment for you. Is this something you would be interested in?
Absolutely.
Sounds good.
So,
Absolutely.
we will, as mentioned, I will have some of my people try to catch up with your missing members, and perhaps they can join you on your mission in progress. But we have been alerted by the incarnate of the ancestor from the land of San Citlan. and they have given us the only kind of warning we typically ever get, but the basic idea here is that there is danger in San Citlan of a magical nature, and that it would be welcome if we were to send a group to investigate. Now, you are in luck because this happens to be perhaps the most exciting time to visit San Citlan. They are coming up in the next few days on their Night of the Remembrance Festival. But this actually ties into something that I probably need to ask before. Now, I have the impression from you, and given that you were requested by the Incarnate, I doubt this will be a problem, but I need to ask, would it be a problem for any of you to have to encounter, speak with, and otherwise interact with undead creatures that are not trying to kill you?
Sounds interesting.
We've done that.
Indeed. I don't think it'll be a problem.
The reason I ask is that a big part of San Citlan's Night of the Remembrance is that it is through their local deities. They have some magical means of speaking with their departed relatives, but also in some way that is mysterious even to them, as I understand it, occasionally some of these people return from the afterlife and just kind of stay as animated skeletons. But they are themselves as they were, except, of course, for them being now only skeletons. And as a result, this is part of their culture, and as a result, it would be a mistake to send anyone who has an inflexible perspective on the undead.
Well,
I've never had reason to think about it myself.
I have had relatively few encounters with undead, and it would be interesting to see how a skeleton would be able to communicate as a person would. So,
Well, I mean, as far as I guess I suppose there's no vocal cords or anything, but my understanding is they just speak and walk around just like a person would, only absent the skin and flesh and fats and so on.
well, definitely something to approach with respect.
Yes,
I-
please.
I think this will be an interesting experience for all of us, at least.
Right. So, I know this is all happening very quickly. Is there any need for any of you? So there is some time. As I mentioned, the Night of the Remembrance is what we have been told is the focus of this this warning we've received, and that's a few days hence. So there's not any need for you to rush straight to the Concord Gem. But is there anything that you need to do here in the Citadel before we depart?
Only a night of rest would not be out would not be unwelcome. But other than that,
All right.
I can't think of anything. My my I don't have any connections here to meet up with, so
Very well, and he looks to Exel and Canthan.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can't think of anything that I would need to do. I think we could get on our way.
Yeah, let's go. I've been kind of looking in the shop windows on our way here, and didn't see anything that I particularly felt I needed right away, at least that I could afford. So
Well, if you were only just on the way here from the Passage of Respite, you have not passed through the trade discal yet. That's where the good stuff is. But if you don't need anything, that's fine. I understand that you have housing presently in the Citadel, or at least a place to stay for tonight.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Splendid. So I will meet you at the Passage of Respite in the morning. I will not be accompanying you, but I can see you off, and I have some materials to give you at that time. You'll know the clock tower at the Passage of Respite. Then we'll 8 bells will meet. Yes.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yes, indeed.
We'll be there.
Splendid. And so he kind of he has been making this whole meeting kind of a walk and talk. He seems like a very busy guy, but he sort of ushers you out, and so you certainly are free to do anything you would like, or we can go ahead and kind of imagine that we are clock wiping until the following morning.
The question I have is, when looking at the preserve, does it look like it was bigger than the space that it should have been, or is it like basically a gap within the diamond that makes sense?
I will go ahead and be honest and say the book does not say, but I would say my guess, based on the image in the and the description, is that it does seem to be surprisingly large in a way that you feel like,
Perhaps
to be
Dimensionally
sure,
mentioned
you would
it
have
will,
to like
yes.
actually measure it, and that seems like that might be
probably a bit of a faux pas, at least at the beginning.
yeah, maybe not
Okay.
something you do your first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More like a third trip kind of thing at best. But yeah, okay.
All right. So we can go ahead and say then that perhaps you are meeting him at the Passage of Respite. You can see that the Concord gem, which travels to San Citlan, is fire opal in color, which is actually, it has all sorts of different facets that as it moves, the light seems to shift on them, changing the color. And there's blues and reds and greens and yellows and oranges that all kind of shimmer amongst each other. And so you are there with, and Ariat meets you, and he says, I have, my people have gotten in touch with Flounce and Xenophon, and I did actually have some additional tasks for them. I have given them 1/2 of a pair of sending stones. Here is the other half. And he hands you one. Says this is so if they are finished with their tasks while you are still in San Citlan, they can potentially arrange to join you.
I will take that. And
Now, do any of you know anything about the land of San Citlan? And he hands you a map, which I'm giving you now. Are you able to see this, or do I need to put your tokens on it? Okay.
Yes.
All right. I think I need to. Yeah. So he tells you the Concord gem does not land in the most convenient location compared to some of the other lands that we're connected to here from the Citadel. You are actually going to be landing about 2 miles north of a little town called Milpazul. And I'm realizing just a moment some of the little dots and stuff we're not showing. There we go. And he gestures to it here. And so Milpazul is just a very small town, but there's enough there that you could get a night's rest and some refreshments, food, supplies if you need some. But the main event, so to speak, is the big city of San Citlan, which, as you can see, is a number of miles to the southwest of Milpazul. So I would expect that when you arrive, probably heading from Milpazul is the right first destination, and from there, once you are sure that you're sufficiently equipped, you can proceed. It probably would not be unwise to do whatever investigation you feel is appropriate in Milpazul. after all, we are still uncertain exactly what the nature of this threat is.
Well, I think it's a good idea to walk around and talk to people and see what the latest news is.
Hmm.
It's just like we're travelers on our way to San Citlan, and what uh, what news on the road.
Hmm. Exactly.
Um,
So
and
it is an arid desert environment as you're traveling between. So certainly ensure that you stay hydrated and all of that sort of thing. But then again, uh, I suspect I don't have to tell you these things.
I'm going to get a big floppy hat.
All right. So with do you have any other questions about the area or? I have not spent a lot of time there myself, so some things you may find that you are uh, most able to get local information once you arrive.
Do you know if there's any issue with people of other lineages?
My understanding is that in San Sitlan, it is primarily humans and dwarves, but I don't think that there is any particular concern about other races, not unless they are um, making trouble. I will warn you, though, that especially coming from a place like the Radiant Citadel, there is a rather pronounced economic disparity. There are wealthy landowners, and they do not ensure that their wealth is distributed equally.
There's That is good to know.
Hmm. All right then. I have faith in your group, and I hope to hear a report from you soon. And assuming that these goes as well as I suspect it will, we'll be talking about formal induction to the shield bearers. Should that be something you find interesting?
I would.
We will be off.
All right. So, as you are, you board the Fire Opal Concord Gem, and once again, you have the strange experience of feeling it magically lift into the sky above the Radiant Citadel, and then magically transport to back to the material plane, where it then lands in a desert environment. You see the Indigo Desert stretching out to your north. There is lots of sand and scrub and cactus, and you are. Hang on. There we go. Yes, clouds rush ahead and dust swirls across the road to the village of Milpazul, and you are, you. There is a little road to follow because it's the nearest place to where the Concord Gem
Right?
lands. So, does everybody have their desert outfit? We had a big floppy hat mentioned, or was that?
Yes, big
I
floppy
think
hat.
I Theonarch would get a hat and just like you know possible like a scarf to put over their face if it gets dusty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Exel would already have, he has some robes, but he did get a little more armor, seeing as things turned out a little more dangerous that last time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Especially with the beginning with the large coyotes.
yeah.
Yes.
So,
Wow, that
for
was.
the record, you've all leveled up to 4, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
all right.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, did anyone else have descriptions you wanted to do? Wouldn't hurt
Not.
probably to just do a quick recap of what you look like generally.
Yeah, Canthan is a moderate height human male with a perpetual grin on his face, dark hair, a dusky complexion, and keeps a pair of chef's cleavers on his belt.
Um,
Dianok is elf, wood elf, with blue eyes, brown hair, bronze skin. Uh, about 5'10", kind of thin. Wearing simple robes. Now with a matchingly simple hat. You know, missing both middle fingers and having a, a wristband of bones and other bits.
Nice.
Exel is a pallid, sickly looking Harangon, which is a rabbit person. And so from the top of his head, he's about 6'2", but from the tip of his ears, he's about 7 foot. And now he's clad in robes that keep away the heat of the desert. And so all you can see from under it is a very large, creepy mouth and the ears poking out just from under the front. And it's very, very terrifying, especially when he opens his overly large mouth for a moment.
All right, so you disembark the Concord Gem and you get started on the road to Milpazul. It is a couple of miles to getting into town, but in this sort of place, you see, the town kind of in the distance for quite a ways, and then eventually, especially because it sits on top of a hill. Overlooking the vast semi-arid valley so that you're making your way through. So you can kind of see where you're going long before you get there. But as you get closer, the road ends at a wooden archway in a low, dry stone wall that surrounds most of the settlement. And as you near, like as you're getting, you're still maybe half a mile out, you see that a man on horseback who was just outside the village seemed to suddenly spur his mount and vanish into the village.
Like he sees us and then disappears inside.
Yeah, I think that's definitely your instinct there is that was someone who was watching for travelers and has seen you and is doing something.
That's unusual.
Okay. Well, let's keep on our guard as we go inside.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely gonna keep a lookout for anybody that's doing anything unusual.
Mm-hmm. So what are your various passive perceptions? I don't have them.
15.
15.
13.
Okay. Yeah, so I think both of you notice as you are getting closer that there is hanging in the air on the opposite side of this hill some dust that looks like it was a trail of dust kicked up by people on horses who must have come, looks like towards the town a couple, like maybe an hour and a half ago.
Cool.
Like it's still just sort of lingering in the air. It hasn't completely been dispersed by the wind yet.
Oh, I was gonna say that it's nicer to live here. Would have been nicer to live here because you could actually see where you're going, but this dust. Ugh.
It
I think
will
some,
it will take some time to get out of my fur.
I think there's somebody waiting here some time ago. You'd think the dust would settle faster than that, though. Well,
Well,
yeah,
let's see what's going on in this village.
Mm-hmm.
we
Indeed.
might have a welcoming committee of some form.
Do we see any other movement outside of the town since the one rider?
No, not right now.
Um,
So
all right.
remember the town's up on a hill and there is a little bit of a wall around it, which means just from the bottom of the hill you really can't see much of the town yet.
Okay. Guess we'll just keep going then. Does there look like there's any, maybe in the distance, any other signs of riders or anything like that that would leave another dust cloud?
No. So you see the one dust cloud that looks like someone has come into town relatively recently, but that's the
Right.
only sign you
Okay.
see.
So yeah, I guess we'll keep going and see how they want to welcome us to town.
Mm-hmm. All
Okay.
right. So I think as you're getting closer, as you're approaching this archway within the this waist high stone wall, uh, I think Canthan notices first. Within the waist high village wall, a dozen or so wood and adobe houses surround a well. A worn out sign hangs crookedly from the arch, proclaiming in fading blue paint, "Welcome to Milpazul." But that welcome is contradicted by angry voices and cries of pain coming from behind a building.
Oh, hustle in that direction.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh, well, so I think you're all hurrying through.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well that means that you are all surprised when seven figures spring up from behind the wall, aiming longbows at you. Clear out! One of them shouts. La Paloma pays for her crimes this day, and without hesitation, they attack.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
my.
we're gonna roll
Okay.
initiative. I did make a little map here for us. Uh,
Oh, wow. Dianoc is slow.
Okay.
Ready? Mhm.
All right. Oh shoot! I keep doing that. Okay. There we go.
Okay.
Uh, there we go. And is it rolling? Oh yeah. Okay, it did. Yeah. So it's just as well. They rolled much higher initiative than you. Um,
Uh,
yeah. So they are attacking. Uh, they are firing their arrows at you. I think that, let's see. I think Canthan, you're getting three of them. They are actually firing uh, two ranged attacks each.
ooh,
So let's see how that goes.
this could be bad.
Oh wow, that first one's a crit.
No.
So um, that's 13 piercing.
Ah,
The next one is just a 10.
that misses.
Yeah. Then 14,
Bounces off my chainmail.
13,
Ding.
12,
Going.
15.
Poink.
That
None of
was-
those hit.
None of those hit. So
None
only
of
the
those
one
hit.
crit.
Only the
Ooh.
one
So
crit.
one of them gets lucky, but the rest all are deflected by your armor. But I think, Exel, you're getting two of them firing at you.
Right.
So 13 and a 13,
Nope, that does not hit.
and then a 23 and a 21.
Both of those hit.
Yeah, that is 10 piercing damage total as they sink two arrows into you.
Oof.
And then Dianoc, you're getting two of them as well.
Okay.
Okay, I think you're probably in trouble. So there, the first one is a 21 and a 22 for 14 damage total.
Could I go ahead and well, if I cast shield, just kind of in response,
Mm-hmm.
would my arcane ward come up before that?
I don't know the rules of your arcane ward.
I mean, basically, when I cast a abjuration spell of first level or higher, it arcane ward charges.
Oh, well, so I would say if you cast using shield with your reaction and casting the spell makes your arcane ward appear, then I would say it appears right away.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay, yeah. So that those first 2 hits is 14 damage total,
Okay.
and then there's a 19 and a 12.
Okay, so the 19 goes through.
Okay.
Even with the shield spell up?
I that gives me 18 AC.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that's another 7.
So that's 21 total.
Yeah. So, given that they all went first too, they're not getting another round of attacks on you. I think that is sufficient that you were aware of that happening. So, yeah. So basically, that makes it a rough start for you. But now, Exil, it is your turn.
Can I tell what kind of do these? There's just like normal people, or are they like guards? Or?
Yeah. They look like they're actually kind of a diverse group of individual humanoids, but they are all dressed similarly, with bandanas over their faces and gun belt, or not gun belts. They would be gun belts if they were, arrow belts. And they've got short swords at their hips. And so I would encourage you to think of them absolutely as Western style bounty hunters, except that they're just using short swords and bows instead of guns.
Right.
Yeah.
And is there any like rocks or cover, maybe?
Oh, to be clear, all of them are standing behind this waist high wall, which gives them half cover.
Right.
You could run up to the wall and also have cover, but
oof, that's yeah, that's just out of range. I could dash, but you know what? I will. Yeah, I will dash.
okay.
Seeing is because there's no other cover in the area, like a boulder or a rock or anything like that. So being out in the open is not good. So yeah, I will take the dash action and puts me right at 35. And I will take, I will kind of hunker by the wall.
Okay, so you're taking cover behind the wall?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else for your turn?
No, that'll be it, because I don't think I got anything for a bonus action. Nope.
Okay. Canthan, your turn.
Canthan is going to sprint over to this wall and use his halberd to vault over it and land here.
Okay.
You want me to make an athletics check to
No, it's only waist high. I don't even think
Okay.
you'd really need to vault it. I think. Yeah, you know what? I how about go ahead and make athletics check. Well, also that's more than 30 feet, right? Are you using your dash?
I'm dashing. I'm
Okay.
dashing. Yes.
Yeah.
And
athletics
22.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, with
In
flair.
fact,
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to use a bonus action to get second wind.
Okay.
Giving me only 5 points.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use action surge.
All right.
Nice.
And take. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to use that yet. I have a better plan for that. I'm going to take a whack at the one to my right.
Okay. So you are using action surge though?
I am not using actions. Oh no, you're right. You're right. I no attack. I am not attacking.
Okay.
No. Sorry. Yeah. No
right.
attack.
But you're putting yourself in a position where they can't just all fire on you from behind cover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. Dianok, what about you?
Okay, I'm going to center, about here,
Mm-hmm.
and cast sleep on these 4.
Okay. So go ahead and roll the dice for the hit points there.
Make sure that's that. I want to make sure I have the right number of hit points.
Mm-hmm. Incidentally, remember that if you go prone, you can ranged attacks are at disadvantage against you. So I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like
just-
Axel, you like I kind of was flavoring you know, hunkering by the wall that you're going prone, and that would be the effect.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. We're getting those.
Okay,
Sleep
there
dice?
it is.
Okay.
I couldn't see the number of hit points I needed to roll.
Okay.
3, 4, 5. Ooh. 26.
Okay. Unfortunately, that is enough to get one of them down, but that's all. Unfortunately.
Okay,
Okay.
well, hey, that's one that I won't have.
One less
Yeah.
bandit.
Yeah. So one of those guys just suddenly eyes roll back in his head, and he kind of just slumps to the ground.
Okay, so I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and basically hunker down.
Okay. Do you have 35
I have
feet?
35.
Oh
walking
yeah, you do.
speed.
I always forget that. All right. Yeah, and you do go prone.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it is your turn, or excuse me, it is the bandits' turn, the bounty hunters. So I think that the 3 that are over there by you, Canthan, are dropping their bows and closing to try to use their short swords instead.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. She's gonna roll those for me. There we go. Let's see. A 6, a 16.
The 16 hits.
Okay. A 17, a 16.
The
So
war
let's
hits.
see. That is 3, 5, and 4, respectively.
Okay, so that's 12 points.
Yeah. Well, and then one more of them is attacking twice, with a 14 and a 7.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Now, as for the others, they are.
By the way,
Oh, yeah. What?
as a reflex action,
Uh-huh.
when the one entered my threatened range, I used my polearm master feat to get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, yeah. Great. Do it.
That is a 17.
Hits.
9 points of damage.
All right. Nice. He is bloodied, but not dead.
Okay.
All right. So the other scouts here, I think this guy is going to come around and attack you with his short sword, Axel. And let's see. Melee attacks are with advantage if you're prone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a dirty 20 to hit for 5 damage.
Yep.
And then a 23 for 3 damage.
Alrighty.
The one guy is asleep, and the guy next to him is like kicks him, and it's like, "What are you doing?" So it wakes him up, but the other guy uses his action to do that.
Hey, that uses the action, so.
Mm-hmm. And then this last guy is trying to kind of lean over the wall and shoot his arrows at you, Dianok, but it's going to be disadvantage.
Okay.
So that's an 8 and a 14.
So that's at 14 at disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay, that one will hit.
Okay. That's going to be another 7 piercing damage.
Ooh, ouch.
Mm-hmm. All right. But now you guys get a round of attacks where you're like in range and can do stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
Exel.
Oh yeah. Man. Then I will definitely have to use cure wounds on myself
Okay.
because I am very hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Very hurt. Let's see here. Wow. That's 6 points of damage.
Ugh.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, then that'll be it.
You
Okay.
don't have a bonus action or anything? Okay.
No. Oh, actually, you know what? I will. I will also, as a bonus action, I will cast Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
And
That's I think 2 spells
Oh.
in the same turn.
Yeah.
it's a. Oh, that's right. Even though it's a bonus action, I can't do it, can I?
Mm-mm.
Yes. Damn. Well,
Not the
then
same round.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Then that's fine. I won't do it. Then.
Okay. All right. That's Exel's turn. Canthan, your turn.
Okay, as a bonus action, I'm going to use Fighting Spirit, which gives me 5 temporary hit points,
Nice.
and more importantly, gives me advantage on all my attacks this round. So I'm going to take a swing with my halberd at the one who is already wounded.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 15.
Didn't you say you have advantage?
Uh, uh,
Yeah. Yes. You
Yeah,
have
Well,
okay,
you
that-
did
yeah,
just
so
say
17.
that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
17.
no. What I'm seeing on here is
A 22.
15 and a 22.
Oh, okay. Well, then 22.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry,
don't cheat yourself
I
here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking at D&D Beyond and not the thing. I should probably watch the thing. So yeah, and so that
22
is
definitely hits.
13 points. No, sorry, 11 points of damage.
You kill that guy.
And I'm going to action surge so that I can make the most of that advantage on attacks
Mm-hmm.
and go after the one the one just directly next to the one that I was attacking.
Mm-hmm.
For 23
Also hits.
and only 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Wait, no, I also get a reroll on ones.
Ah.
So that's maximum damage for 13 points of damage.
Nice. He is not dead, but he is very badly hurt.
Yeah. We can have it like one swipe just goes through the first and
Yeah.
into the second.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. All right. Dianok, your turn.
Okay, so I'm basically going to get so I'm just able to see it will see the two on the other side,
Mm-hmm.
and the one that is standing quite nicely over the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to point my wand and draw almost like a circle with some flourish on it,
Mm-hmm.
and cast Crown of Madness.
Okay. So remind me how that works.
Needs to succeed on a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I got a 19.
Ooh.
Yeah. Does that mean nothing happens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darn.
Mm.
That would have been good.
Yeah. I would have made a attack its friend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So I think. Yeah. All right. So anything else?
Uh. Um. I'm gonna stay low. No, actually, I'm gonna just keep low. Yeah, I don't have any bonus actions, so.
All right. So I think at this point, you hear You hear kind of a commotion from further back. Where does it not? There we go. And all of a sudden there are, let's see, probably Canthan's the only one who can see them because he's on that side of the wall. But a couple of tough-looking dwarves have taken the field. Okay, give me an opportunity here to. There we go. And they are coming in. They have emerged from one of these buildings, and they are they've each got a heavy crossbow, and they attack two of these. Each of them attack one of these scouts here.
Did the one that was asleep stand up, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, he hasn't had its turn yet. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Oh, gets a crit. Oh man, that's low damage though. That's weird.
Yeah, that happens.
Oh well. Yeah. So gets 7 piercing damage to that guy. And then I think, you know what? I think the other one attacks the same guy. Gets a 17 to hit for another 8 damage. So that guy is extremely hurt too. And they shout, "Go on now! You're not welcome in Milpazul." And so that makes it the bounty hunter's turn. So they now have some. So the guy that you hurt really bad, Canthan, is going to continue to try to attack you.
Okay.
He looks like he's fighting for his life and looking kind of desperate about it. Gets a 19 to hit for
That
5
hits.
Piercing.
Okay, that goes off of
9.
my temporary. Okay.
And then so the 9 will miss.
Right.
The other guy, I think he is looking a little concerned here, but he's continuing to fight you also, I think.
Okay.
He gets a 12 and an 8.
Both of those miss.
Yeah.
I block one with the shaft, and the other one bounces off my armor.
All right. So these 2 guys, I think these 3 here are going to both charge the dwarves and do their attacks there. So let's see. The short sword, 9 and a dirty 20 against that one. Cuts him a little bit, but they've got some significant armor themselves. Then these other 2 attack the other one for 20 and a 16. The 20 hits. But these dwarves look pretty tough. Oops, they look like they can take it. And 9 and then a crit, but for another 10. But then the one guy who's there left by you, Exel, is going to continue to attack you. It's a 12 to hit and then a 16.
No, does not.
The 16 does not?
No, because I picked up the armor.
Okay. So I was just confirming. Okay, yeah, so those 2 both missed then. And now it is your turn, Exel.
Oh boy. Let's see. I will chill touch.
Okay, 17 hits.
Nice. Four points of necrotic.
Okay. Is there any other effect with that one? Like, does it slow them or something? I never remember.
No.
Just
If it's an undead, he has disadvantage on attack rolls against me.
Okay. He does not. All right. Anything else for your turn?
No, that'll be it.
Great. Okay, Canthan.
Okay, I'm going to use Fighting Spirit again to get another 5 temporary hit points and attack with advantage. Mostly using it for that. For that. So I'm going after the wounded one.
Mhm.
No, you know what? I'm going after the one who's up.
Okay.
Yeah, 21 to hit
Yep.
and 12 damage.
All right. He is himself badly wounded now.
Run if you want to live.
Yeah, they definitely look like they are considering that, especially given that they've just been, outflanked there from the back. Dianok, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to, yeah, keep, hearing the other ones, run, run towards the dwarves. I'm going to
Mhm.
stand up cautiously uh, and thrust my wand forward and cast firebolts.
Okay. At which one?
The one that is by Exel.
Okay. Great.
And dirty 20.
That hits.
Only 2 damage.
Well, yeah, he's singed there for sure. All right. It is now these dwarves are up front. They have their own longswords, and they draw them. And so the one that's got one guy against him is using his longsword against that guy. A 14 to hit, and then a 10 to hit, or excuse me, an 11 to hit. So only the first hits, but that does another 5 slashing damage to that guy. The other one is attacking the injured guy first. Gets a 23, kills him. And then the other attack against the other guy for another 5 slashing. And that dwarf says, "You better listen to the newcomer over there. Run if you want to live." And it is their turn now, and it looks like, yeah, they're going to do that. These two that are both by you are disengaging, Canthan.
Okay.
2, 3, 5, 6. He gets to his horse and mounts it, and then this guy does the same. And then, yeah, these two are also doing that, and they're gonna run away. And I think this guy that's down there by you, Exel, doesn't realize at first that that's what's happening, and so he has a little bit more of a desperate gotta catch up. He's further away, so he wants to dash there. So you do get an opportunity attack if you want one.
Alrighty. It'd be an unarmed strike because I
Okay.
don't have anything wooden wise. That's a 5.
Okay. So yeah, a 5 isn't going to hit. So, assuming that you are going to let them, it's not obvious what you would necessarily do to stop them, but they are all rushing to mount their riding horses and then skedaddling out of town.
All right. DNRC is gonna basically, hold another firebolt just to watch what the dwarves do.
Mm-hmm.
If the dwarves attack, then
well, what the dwarves do is they are going to each slip into the shadows of of an alley.
okay, yeah. Basically, if they attack, then DNRC would attack, and yeah. But if they're slipping away, then just
yeah. They definitely look like they are. They intervened to help, obviously, but then they have also now just left.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I'm not gonna.
Roll 20.
If you will pull out of fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, as you suddenly find yourself no longer in combat. Uh, are you searching any of
Yeah,
the?
I'm I want to find out if there's any clues on this body of who these people are.
Sure.
Yep.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay.
And just in case, Dianok is going to cast Mage Armor on themselves
Okay.
because
uh,
yeah,
anybody want to help me with this
Yeah,
investigation
no.
check?
I'll absolutely help you.
Okay.
I mean, this is not a high DC. You're
9.
okay. Well, like you're not going to be able to glean much except for he does obviously have folded up in a leather vest pocket, a piece of parchment. It looks, as you unfold it, it's a wanted poster depicting a stern old woman with the name Paloma below the portrait, and then offering a 500 gold piece reward for her capture.
Huh.
I
Well,
since we came,
does it say who is offering the reward?
It does not. It does say
Oh,
that she is.
okay.
Yeah, this is. You get the impression from the one. You don't necessarily know how they do it here, but I think you get the impression from this poster that this is more like a bounty situation than a
Yeah.
official criminal
Yeah.
investigation sort of situation.
Yeah. Well, let's head into the village then,
Mm-hmm.
and see what else is going on. Are those angry voices still out there?
No, they've stopped. What you discover as you kind of start making your way into town is it looks like there actually were a few more that took the hint when their buddies that were doing the ambush retreated. And as you move in, it looks like this group of bounty hunters had kind of just buzzed into this town and started roughing people up, presumably looking for Paloma, I guess. Right? Like you can
Right.
maybe guess that. And so in the distance, you see a slender figure tending to the wounded villagers who respond with heartfelt gratitude. As the individual approaches, you realize they are more than simply thin. The figure is a skeleton clothed in a yellow and magenta dress with many colorful bead necklaces hanging from the exposed vertebrae of their neck. And this skeleton approaches and says, "You must be parched after that fight," they say. "How about some drinks, friends? On the house."
I would, yeah.
yeah,
I've been preparing myself for this eventuality, but it is still a bit disconcerting. But I'll accept the offer. Yeah, sure. Okay.
The event you were preparing yourself to get ambushed?
No, for no, meeting someone. You're the first skeleton we've met since we've arrived. Sorry.
Oh. I hardly remember myself sometimes. My name is Rufina. Around here, sound like you're a newcomer, so don't worry about it. But we don't usually say we're skeletons. We say we're olvidados.
That's fine.
All right,
I can do that.
what was that term again?
olvidados.
Olvidados.
Okay.
Now, so this is something that you know. Don't worry about it. But now you know.
Now we know.
Indeed.
So come along now. I've got my place. I can give you something, some refreshments to wash the dust of those
Yeah.
bounty hunters off of your boots.
Yeah, and take a short rest.
Yes, indeed. Those bandits caught us off guard, and Exel does look very hurt.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and the whole town. They just kind of just rolled in and started just beating people up. I mean, thank you. Everyone was kind of just trying to hide out and hopefully they would go away. But obviously, when they saw you coming into town, they kind of set themselves up for you. We wish we could have warned you, but not much we
Well,
could do.
let's go sit down and bandage some of these wounds.
Yeah,
Mm.
and as they're walking, Exel will ask, uh, "Who is Paloma?"
Oh well, Paloma is she's kind of a hero around these parts. She's got she's got a band that like raids the estates and caravans of corrupt landowners and shares the wealth with those who need it. Um, she got branded an outlaw years ago when she was falsely accused as a crime, and then she figured if they're not going to let her live under the law, then she'll do what she has to do to help people. But we're a little. What people say right now is that she and her band were attacked by something on the road, and most of her people were killed. But nobody knows where she is.
Who
Huh.
we found investigating one of the corpses, we found a bounty. Who puts those out?
Oh, the people she robs.
Oh, well,
I've heard tale of a similar type of person from my own home. It's a Robert of the Hood.
Oh. Well, I have to say, someone putting themselves in danger to help folks who need it, that's a hero in my book. Um, as you're passing through the village, you'll notice that there are, in many places, there are people who seem to be huddled in corners, bundled in blanket-like serapes and trembling with cold, despite it being a warm but cloudy day. And they're all kind of notably in the sun, not in the shade.
Is there an issue with some people uh, not being able to warm themselves, even in the sun?
Oh yeah, it's a real problem right now. I don't know. I guess it's some kind of an illness or something. We've been calling it Serrano. It's spread by bitterly cold winds, we think, but people who get sick by it, just can't get warm, and a lot of people have been dying from it.
Oh dear.
If I were you and if you were me, I'd say try not to stay out after dark. That's when it seems like it. When people catch it is when they're going out at night.
Interesting.
Well,
That's worth investigating.
let's get to this taverna.
I think she kind of stops and it just says, "Are you lot the sort of folks who investigate things like that?"
Well, actually, we were sent here to do that.
We
Really?
were
By who?
Oh, the shield bearers of the Radiant Citadel.
Wow.
We are known as the Order of the Golden Prawn. The three of us plus two associates who aren't here right now. And yeah, we've this will be our third investigation.
That is fantastic. What's a prawn?
It's
Uh,
a type of essentially a fish.
it's a fish bug. It's a fish bug.
Yes.
Well, I don't know that we have a lot of fish bugs around here, but if you're looking to chow down on some grasshoppers, we could probably rustle some up for you.
We're okay with
What something?
whatever you would consider normal food.
We've encountered some fabulous food, and of all the places that we have visited, and I'm always happy to find new things to eat. So whatever you like here is fine with us.
Well, we don't have anything too fancy here, but this is my place, and as you're arriving here, you can see that it's got a sign that says Pulqueria, Pulqueria. It says this is my place. And you can see the pulqueria's walls are painted with murals that depict a series of armed conflicts with locals celebrating victory at the end. A candlelit altar behind the bar includes a painted portrait of an elderly woman, which is surrounded by yellow marigolds and offerings of drinks and cactus fruits. and two familiar-looking dwarves seated at one of the three tables in the pulqueria glance at you curiously.
I will give them a nod and a little salute, and have a seat and get a drink, and start seeing to my wounds.
Yeah, they nod back, but they don't approach. Um,
Yeah.
so this Olvidado, who introduced herself as Rafina, uh, says, "Here now, you're of course this is all on the house. Now, what to drink? This is pulque. It is alcoholic. It's made from fermented agave sap. Uh, I feel like I used to be quite the mixologist back when I was a little heavier, if you know what I mean. But this is the only one that I can remember to do right. But let's see, we've also got we got some fried cactus and beans and tortillas if you're all hungry.
That would be lovely. A little bit of each.
Are you
Yes.
are you thinking you're gonna sticking around for a little bit, or are you gonna be moving on today?
Well,
Uh, I don't know, guys. Do you want to hang out here overnight, or do you want to get moving again?
I
well,
would like to take a closer look at the uh, those that have the have been affected by the Serrano, if
Mm-hmm.
that would be permitted.
Oh,
yes.
well, I mean, I would, I would ask them before you, investigate
Oh,
them, but
yes,
you don't need my permission.
yes. Oh, well, I was referring to uh, their
Oh,
permission.
okay. Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to intervene. I would just say we got a spare room. If y'all need a place to stay tonight, you're covered. Don't worry about it. But otherwise, I'll let you see to your business there. Just let me know if you need anything.
And Exo will he'll look at Kenton quickly and say, um, I think we should ask around here before moving on, especially about what direction that wind comes from. And then he'll look to Rosita and say, has the sickness affected any of the Olvidado, or is it just the humans?
You're asking Rafina?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, just living folk.
Hmm. Does the wind come from the same place every time?
I mean, if we knew just where it came from, then we'd be able to avoid it better. We've had a hell of a time trying to keep people healthy, and you know, it's a rough go of it.
Okay. Well, so short rest.
Yes.
Indeed.
So I think as you're taking your short rest, um, you're attending to your wounds, and when you've been there for a little bit, uh, there's a door that leads to the cellars, and it opens, and emerging from it is a dwarf woman that I have a handout for you. Um, where is she? There we go. Paloma. You recognize her from her wanted poster.
Ah,
Um, and then she emerges, and one of the things you notice about her is, although she certainly has a very confident demeanor about her, she also is wearing this sort of, like she looks like she's sort of bundled in this blanket a little bit, um, and she approaches to you all and just says, I've been told that by my boys here that you tried to help fight off those bounty hunters outside.
Yeah, we did. Well, I mean, they attacked us as soon as we showed up,
Mm.
so we were defending ourselves mostly. But yeah, they ran off after we gave them some gave them something to think about.
Well, we had been trying to remain hidden here because I'm not in much condition to fight right now, and my boys 2 against 7 is not good odds, but when they saw that you had most of their attention, they were able to come in and, you know, give him a little swat on the behind, and I think that made the difference. So thank you.
Oh yeah, it would have been a tough fight if it had just been the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it would.
Yes, it was. Yeah, less not nearly as prepared as I perhaps should have been.
Mm-hmm.
Many thanks to you and your compatriots for the assist.
Well, that's how it goes sometimes. We try to help each other out here when we can. Uh, my name's Paloma.
I
Pleased to
yeah.
meet you.
Indeed. Now, since they had a bounty poster, what is the who are the governors or the lawmakers here?
Oh well, I don't know if I can I may I? And she actually asks to like to see the poster.
Yeah, I handed over to her.
Yeah. Oh man, this is a new one. Yeah, it's the same picture though. I don't know. I've lost track of which ones of them are coming after me these days. I try not to give it no mind, but I've got bigger things on my mind right now. If you don't, if you hadn't picked up on that.
I you you seem to uh, be cold. I would you have be affected by the Serrano?
Yeah, I'm afraid so, and it's not as much fun as it looks.
Oh, it didn't look fun at all.
Well,
I,
yeah. But I wonder, since y'all seem to be handy folk and you're interested, I sure could use some assistance trying to put an end to this Serrano thing.
That's what we're here for. The as I told your friend here, we've been sent by the shield bearers of the Radiant Citadel to investigate and assist however we can.
Well, let me tell you what I know is that me and some of my gang were traveling not too long ago, and we were trying to figure out what was causing this strange outbreak. And we were attacked on the road by it was a strange it was an owl, it looked like, but then when it attacked, it transformed into some kind of fiend, and we fought it and wounded it, but it escaped and killed
Huh.
two of my friends, and the third that I was with is a druid named Lope, and he ended up with the Serrano just like I did after that fight. Lope, before he passed, was convinced that it's not a disease at all; it's a curse.
Oh, well. In
hmm,
that case, there's probably a lot more we can do about it.
Well, I hope
Where
so.
where was this attack?
Well, I could show you if you have a map.
So we'll show her our map.
Right. And so on the map, she points you to this little town of Hollow, which is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Says, now that was an old mining town. It's abandoned now, but it was near there.
Hmm.
Okay.
Now,
Well,
Lope, Lope, his research, he was pretty sure that the way to get rid of this curse was to kill that fiend. If there's some other way, I don't know it, but Lope was pretty sure that would do it. And now, in
well,
addition to us being kind of near that town, we've also seen, there's been reports, scouts have seen owls and strange figures going in and out of a mine near Hollow. So that's would have been my next stop if I weren't so
affected.
indisposed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've gotten a little weaker than I'm used to being right now.
uh, if you would allow me, I would like to you know, run some look at you with some magical senses.
Well, if you think it would be helpful, go right ahead.
Yes. So I would like to, as a ritual, cast detect magic, and if there's a magical effect, try identify.
Okay. I think usually detect magic doesn't detect curses. But how about this? Rather than using the spell slots in the
But
ritual, what?
yeah, I rituals is what I'd be doing in
Yeah,
medicine.
well, but I rather than sitting here for 10 minutes for each of those, it just you can just make an either an Arcana check or a Wisdom check.
Okay, Arcana. 16.
Yeah. So you kind of open your senses and you're kind of examining her from this perspective, and you believe that Lope was right, that this is in fact a curse, and you think that it is progressive, but it works a bit like a poison, and it's one of the things that seems connected to light and dark, and so if someone was in direct sunlight, they would be better able to resist its effects. But also, you think that it's theoretically possible that you could cure individuals of the curse with typical sorts of, spells that end poison or disease. But you would need to do it in direct sunlight, not otherwise it wouldn't stick.
And do I get the idea that like a be like a full sunlight or like a spot of sun coming through a window?
The victim needs to be in direct sunlight. But so you think that like when it comes to one person here or there, something like remove curse or lesser restoration might do it, but there's lots of people affected.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I there is magic that could cure an individual, but I don't have it. Remove cursor and lesser restoration. Those are standard spells, but those are one person at a time.
Mhm.
Uh, if you can find a way to be in direct sunlight, that should slow its progression. Um,
Yeah, I think we've kind of come to a lot of that conclusion just kind of experimentally, but that's it's only a solution so long as the sun's up, of course.
yeah,
How long is it to the abandoned town of Hollow?
Well, so you can see on the map that from Milpazul to Hollow is about 13 and a half miles. So it would be, a couple of days, or not a couple of days, but,
Less than a day. Yeah.
less than a day to get there.
Well, what time is it locally right now?
I think it's probably midday.
Okay, so if we're going to avoid being out in the open uh, overnight, then we probably want to stay the night here before we go.
Indeed, and wait till the morning. Is there any form of transportation between the villages, like say maybe carriages or anything, or is that by person, say farmers or something?
Well, sounds like there's a pair of riding horses left behind. Well, no, I take that back because I think the bandits, even though there were two of them that died, the others would have
Yeah.
taken the
Yeah.
horses.
yeah. They
Um,
grabbed the reins.
yeah. Sorry, no, I don't need to. I don't think. Uh, I don't think we really have much for you except on foot.
All right, then I think that we
Yeah.
should stay here tonight.
Well,
That would,
so whatever you can do, I have to say, I think, I can pay you. Gold is not what I'm lacking right now. But if you agree to investigate the mine and kill that fiend if you find it, I can give you 100 gold each, and also as kind of in advance, she takes off a ring and she says, this is what they call a ring of jumping. It'll help you if you need to reach something high across a gap in a pinch.
hmm,
Okay.
I'm not going to
Would
find much use for it at the moment.
would you fellows mind if I took possession of that?
not at all.
Go
I'm
ahead.
surprisingly, I'm pretty good at jumping.
Mm. I don't know if I would call it surprising, but
Well, for that matter, though, the jump spell it basically increases whatever your innate jumping ability is. So, to be sure, you're already good at jumping. You can have someone else also be good at jumping, or you could be even better at jumping. But, but
well,
as you like,
spread the jump rope.
sure.
yeah.
Well, and so I think you're right that traveling at night is probably not the right plan here. I don't want you to just go off and get sick immediately yourselves, or else suffer the same fate. But I will urge you otherwise to make time a priority. You got folks around here sick and not getting better.
we will be off first thing in the morning.
Yes. Oh, this fiend. Do you know? Do you remember if it said anything like, in a language you might not understand, but
I mean, it was just making horrible sort of squawking and hooting noises as far as I could tell. If it was any
okay,
sort of language, I didn't know it.
okay, yeah. Figure if there was some particular sound that stood out to you, I
No,
might
sorry.
be something I understood, but
Mm-mm.
that's
But
that's good. Okay, okay. So yes, definitely would be going to Hollow tomorrow.
All right. So I think as you are, you're kind of checking in town. I think you certainly get the sense that there is a significant number of people in town that have the Serrano, and there's been several people who've died already. It seems like it advances pretty fast. Like people who are a little weaker of not as hardy to begin with go faster, but it's something where like some people like who are pretty like weak to start with go like in a matter of hours, and there's others that last several days but not much longer than that.
Oh, I have a feeling like I would be one that would not last as long.
Hmm.
mm,
One, I think as you are kind of getting ready, Rufina brings another dwarf woman up to you and says, "I was talking to Stella here, and she had something for you, I think." And Stella, this other dwarf, says, "Well, I was riding by Hollow after dark not too long ago, trying to get home, when I saw movement up by the old mine entrance. Two gaunt figures were dragging some poor soul into the mine. Had it wrapped up tight. They looked like twin death, they did. I'll never forget their hissing and their slithering horrid tongues. As a mercy, the body they were dragging looked like it was already dead. I rode on, I tell you, I didn't look back."
Huh.
mm.
Does that sound like anything I might have heard of?
You can make, I guess maybe an Arcana or a Nature check, I suppose.
I'll go nature, even though it's the uh,
Mm-hmm.
same number. 13.
Uh, Hard to know for sure, but it does seem like a description that you know a ghoul would be would match that description.
Ah,
The tongues
um,
in particular is kind of a notable detail,
yeah,
and they
cool.
certainly are known to have an interest in dead bodies.
Yeah, so that is definitely good information. If I understand it correctly, ghouls rather rather nasty
Mm.
to deal with. You know, something definitely do not want to be surprised by.
Mm-hmm. All
Thank
right.
you.
So, you are able to get a good night's sleep and a long rest there in the safety of Rufina's pulqueria. Um,
Mhm.
and shall we assume you do as you planned? And as you are getting ready in the morning, there is the sad news that at least one person who was suffering from the Serrano died overnight. Um, Paloma herself seems a bit weaker, but still able to kind of move around and speak to you, and she sees you off.
Okay. Yeah, that's not good to hear, but
She says, I mean, it couldn't be helped. You know, if you had gone last night, you know, we might just be dealing with all three of you sick, and then who's gonna kill this fiend?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be, forced march, but I definitely think we'll be on quick pace.
Sure. Yeah, so I think that it's not exactly like a nice nature stroll. It is kind of a, this arid desert environment, but I think you're able to make your way there without much incident. You're traveling during the day and
Okay.
moving quickly, and there is a road. It's old, but it's not like paved or anything, but it's like you can follow it. It's not hard to find.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think when I get within sight of the town, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor.
Okay. All right, so you go ahead and do that because a decrepit town spreads out along the road ahead, its weathered shacks creaking in the wind. A dozen or so armed figures move in and out of the structures, which appear long abandoned. An opulent coach, looking distinctly out of place, is parked amid the buildings with its curtains drawn.
Okay. Uh, that's a bit of a surprise. Um,
Hmm.
what do you say we find a place overlooking them and just watch a bit? Get out of the where we can be immediately seen.
Yeah.
It looks like there's some rough terrain nearby. Maybe we can find a place a fair distance away to just observe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You go ahead and have someone make a survival check for the party.
I will. Fuck. That is a 6.
Yeah, so I think what happens is that you are kind of skirting around the outside of the village, and you're looking for a place. And as you are, you see just the spot that you think would be perfect. But then as you come around the corner of there, you spot one of those guys standing back there smoking a cigarette, and there's just a moment where you're just right there, and he looks at you, and there's mutual eye contact there, and he's just like, tosses his cigarette down, kind of puts it out with his boot, and just says, "What are you doing here?"
What does this person look like?
He's a guy. Like,
Okay.
he's not one of the bounty hunters from before, if that's what you mean. But he looks basically just like he's human. He is probably 28 or something like that. Looks a little grizzled. I think your guess here though is that he was taking a break out of sight, and but he does not seem scared exactly, but you're also not so far that he couldn't yell and get the attention of others.
Right.
He's also not like immediately going for his sword or anything.
Right.
We're investigating a curse that has been affecting people across the Maguey Valley.
Okay, yeah. Just go talk to Itzman. He's in the carriage.
Oh, he knows about this curse.
What do you think we're doing here?
Okay. Well, sounds like a good idea then.
Well,
Yeah.
that takes.
All right.
So
Yeah.
Take it easy. We'll head over to the carriage then.
Yeah. I mean, no need to, mention any confusion about this. It's like carriage is obviously where the boss is. So.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think if you make your way sort of into town, several of these armed figures do kind of notice you, but don't seem overly alarmed. They keep doing what they're doing, and you approach this carriage,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I think as you are getting close, the door to the carriage opens, and emerging is a tiefling in his late 40s. He is in very nice clothes that match the quality of his fancy carriage. He also, one of his horns is missing, but he's got a jadeite prosthetic replacement for it.
Okay.
And he just says, "Greetings to you. My name is Zitzman del Prado. I have to warn you that we believe that there's a disease outbreak in this village, and we're preparing to burn it to stop the spread. So I would advise you not go into town."
Well, um, we are. My name is Kenthan, and we are the Order of the Golden Prawn, and we have been sent by the shield bearers of the Radiant Citadel to investigate the Serrano,
Oh,
and we felt that there might be a lead here as to the origin um, of the curse. So, if you could hold off on burning just a bit
well, so
until we've had a look around, then
he kind of
we'd appreciate it.
gives you kind of a patronizing smile, and just but he says, "Ah, well, of course, uh, we here in San Citlan are always glad to receive guests from the Radiant Citadel. I am, of course, part of San Citlan's ruling council, which we call the Trisena. I am a counselor of arms of the Trisena, and uh, I appreciate that you are here to help, but I think that we are stopping the spread of a plague, and you do that by burning the village. I don't think that I would be doing my job if I allow adventurers to just wander about."
Well, I mean, we're not just wandering about. We're just, having a look and seeing if any of the clues that we thought might be here are in fact here. We don't need to mean to stop you from doing what you need to do. We just want you to hold off a little bit.
You're you say you're stopping the plague, but if uh, if you burn this place, what about the other places it has already spread to?
Well, I am burning a place that has already been abandoned. I'm not going around burning people's homes that they live in. There's only so much we can do. I'm trying to keep people from moving back into this place that we know is contaminated.
Ah,
But look, I'm not going to tell my men to stop working. But if you wish to wander around, I won't stop you. Although, if you come down with Serrano, it won't be on my head.
I misunderstood. And have you spotted any of the um, any unusual tracks, like of perhaps um, a creature known as a ghoul?
No, this town is abandoned.
Ah,
This mine has
All
been
right.
closed down a long time ago. It's all just preventing people from moving back into a place known to be dangerous. So, if you don't mind, I do have work to do.
All
When
right.
can you tell us when you were set to burn the town so we'll know when to be done?
Right now, they are setting the tinder in all of the structures so that when it spreads, they will all go.
hmm.
All right.
And is the mine itself like going to be part of the burning?
Well, we are hoping to collapse the entrance, but we have not done so yet.
Well, let us go investigate quickly so as not to delay them.
Yes, that's would be a good idea.
I will once again, and for the last time, suggest that you not do that because it is a known source of a current epidemic. However, I will not stop you. So, good day.
Understood.
And he goes back into his carriage.
Well, I mean,
All right.
I'd say we check the mine since they've already basically canvassed the town.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we'll keep our eyes open as we head to the mine, but I don't think we're going to be spending a lot of time exploring the town itself.
And since I know of ghouls, would I know anything specific about them? Like, um, you know, diseases.
I mean, you only got a 13 on your check. I mean, I don't.
Okay, so I just know that
they're
they're
undead.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't
Wish we
know.
had a cleric with us, but here we
Yeah.
are.
Okay. So, do all of you see?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
There it is.
So you see that you're on the map here, and we have the three of you here, and you've got right these doors in the wall up there are the mine entrance.
Okay.
Okay.
So you definitely can see that through that door there's kind of there's some sort of a draft in the mine. You can see that the doors kind of are like rattling in the wind, but it's clearly the wind doing it.
Okay.
Okay, but there's a draft there indicating that there's got to be like another entrance.
There, so there's definitely a draft suggesting that air moves in there.
Through
right?
it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You see. Yeah. So you're looking at the entrance there. You do anticipate that an abandoned mine, very likely to be dark inside. Just as a heads up.
And looks like there's two buildings.
They are just houses.
Here?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
you just said that you weren't going in the houses. That's what they are. They're not part of the mine.
Okay.
I mean, you can look in them if you want, but you just said that you weren't. So.
Yeah. We just
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are just they're just part of the town there.
Yeah. So I'll pull out a torch and light it.
Okay.
It's just gonna approach and
All right. Hold on. Let's see.
listen at the door. If
Here, I'm gonna open that. And then, who has the torch? Canthan does?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. Remind me, what's the light range on the?
20 bright, 40 dim.
Okay. Okay.
I've got extras if anybody else wants one.
I will. I have some stuff, so I'll have one myself.
All right. Okay, I'll put the torch on Axel as well. Okay. So as you are approaching there, the mine's entrance leads into a large cavern supported by wooden beams. At the chamber's center, a derelict wooden elevator rattles in the wind that rushes from the depths of a crumbling mine shaft.
How much do we trust this thing? I'll head in and take a look at it.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
I will.
Yes, thank you.
will assist.
Actually, so I will assist somebody else. Actually,
No?
not my strong suit.
It's not mine either. Whoever does want to do it, I will assist, but
Okay.
it's not my strong point.
Then I will do it.
Mhm.
I'm having flashbacks to a previous campaign's prison break.
Okay. So I got a 22.
A 22 tells you that that elevator's in bad shape. It's not only rusted in place and probably wouldn't function regardless, but you doubt that platform would hold more than 100 pounds or so.
Okay.
Oh
Well,
yes, that.
let's get out some rope and clear that thing out of the way. So I am going to.
Do you do anything? You look around at all? Because
Yeah, I would definitely look around at the, see if, you know, if something's been moving through here, then, you know, they
Yeah.
might have another way.
I was gonna say, could I do a survival check to see if there's any footprints in here other than ours?
yeah.
12.
Mm.
Man.
Yeah, a 12, you don't actually see it. It looks like there are, but it looks like the men with Itzman were in and out of here, so you don't know if there's any. They would have obscured anything else that there might have been before that. But you do notice while you're looking around that you feel that same draft, and you realize, hey, there's a part of the wall that seems like it's rattling a little bit with the draft.
Oh,
Okay, then
I would like-
let's investigate that.
indeed.
Yes.
Yes. I feel I say to everyone, I feel that draft coming from somewhere over here.
Mm-hmm. And sure enough, you find that there is a door that has been. There's a tunnel that was sealed up. A wooden door hidden behind a pile of rocks.
Uh-huh. Well, let's clear that away and see about getting through that door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the door is not locked otherwise, so.
Right. So we'll clear that away.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like it just leads to a tunnel that's kind of curving around and goes downward. Towards the bottom right of this map, I'm going to, let's see if I can just trivially reveal this. No, because it's got the dynamic lighting on.
Don't worry about it.
I just have the side view that kind of shows the elevation change, but that's okay. You don't need it. But it curves down. Is the
Okay.
the point.
We're veteran D&D players. We're okay
Yeah.
Sure.
with these maps.
Well, I'm going to need to move you to the next layer if you're
Yes.
following the tunnel,
Okay.
which is I assume
Right.
what you're doing.
Yes, that's what we're doing.
Yes.
I will take point. I will go first.
Right. And I will, since I have the other torch, I'll take up the rear so that way we have light in front and back.
Okay. Well, okay. Stop moving yourselves for a second because
Okay.
I'm gonna move you. Okay. So as you're passing through the tunnel here, you can put yourself back in whatever order you want to be in. Yeah, so you're moving through the tunnel, and as you pass through it, there's a point where you get the sense that you're probably close to where the elevator shaft must be, but you don't see any opening for it. You know, just from your kind of trying to make sense of the
perhaps
spatial geometry here, it must be nearby, but you don't see. There it seems like there's not an opening for it here.
Okay. Well, gonna move forward and keep an eye out.
Okay.
Perhaps we should proceed quietly, at least attempt to.
Sure. Let's move quietly.
All right.
Indeed.
Not that I'm going to be particularly good at that.
Well, how about each of you make a stealth check for me?
Let's do it.
Wow.
Mhm. All
I'm rolling with disadvantage, but I rolled 2 9s, so I get a 10.
right. And the
I
next
got a
encounter.
natural one.
Oh my gosh, you guys!
Wow, guys.
Ah,
Wow.
Should we be going stealthily? What? I said, should we be quiet?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you with my large ears.
So you do realize, though, as you get a little further down this tunnel, that you see a door at a makeshift wooden door at the far end of the tunnel. There doesn't seem to be any other pathways, just the door at the end of this tunnel you're in.
Our torches are going to give us away anyway, so
Right.
I'm going to head here and keep moving forward carefully, slowly, and keeping my eyes open.
yeah. Same here.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you've got.
You guys coming up behind me here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will. Oh, this is small, so I'll go ahead and.
Roll 20 is being very slow, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
For that matter, is anyone did anyone so Canthan, you have the ring of jumping?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes,
Just checking.
and I attuned to it.
Great. All right.
Now I got even more things I can do with bonus actions.
All right. So yeah, I mean, you don't see anything else in the tunnel. It ends at this makeshift wooden door.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the door and listen to it.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Oh, it's my turn to roll a 1.
Oh my gosh.
You don't hear anything.
No. All right.
Well, might as well go on through.
I'm gonna rear back and kick it down.
Okay. You do. It's not a very sturdy door. And you get a view of the room inside. Which, let me move that. And so what you see briefly is the floor of this chamber is slick with blood. 2 of 3 tables have growling corpses strapped to them, and a frenzied woman brandishes a knife as she undoes the straps. But Canthan and Dianok, you only see that for but a moment, because as soon as you kick the door open, beneath you a magical glyph flares, and all of a sudden a 10-foot wide hole appears in the ground beneath you.
Oh.
And Dianok and Canthan fall through it.
No chance to catch ourselves?
No, I'm afraid not. You are going to take 3d6
Oof.
bludgeoning damage. That's going to be 10 bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
Yeah.
Wait.
As you drop through that hole and land in, let's see, a pile of humanoid and animal bones filling this chamber in charnel heaps. It smells terrible. And I think this is a good time for everyone to roll initiative.
Right. Yowza, guys.
Okay.
Well, that's a good initiative roll.
Didn't roll bad this.
Okay.
Maybe that's over with. The rangery warlock could not
Okay.
ranger very well.
All right. And
Okay.
okay. Get the initiative rolls for all of these various creatures here. Okay. So, I lost my Dianoc one. What was your roll, Dianoc?
I hadn't put one on.
Well, tell me your number.
I'll
I'll put it in for
put
you.
it in as
As what? You froze on us. I didn't hear the
21.
All right. Who's got a better dex, Dianoc or Exel?
Mine's 16.
16 as well.
Each of you roll a d20. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it.
3.
All right, let's 5.
Okay. Well, it's still better than 3.
That is true.
Okay, so yeah, so Exel, you get to go first as you have watched your two friends just fall through a hole in the floor that appeared notably, just for the record, this was not a trap door. The hole appeared magically. It was not there at all before. Now it is.
Wow. Okay. So I see this lady or this form.
Yeah, and the two corpses that are growling and currently strapped to the tables, but are growling and struggling. She looks like she is about to try to release them from their straps.
Can I see how deep this hole was?
It is 30 feet.
Woo! Okay.
Some of the light from my torch is coming up there.
Right, I've got a torch too. So.
No. Yeah, but that tells you how.
Oh, yeah. Oh man. Well, since I definitely do not want this person to unleash those angry things on the table, that is going to be a. Let's see. Is there something I can do? Might as well. I will.
I bet you can't use something to pull her into the hole. That would be perfect.
Sadly, that is not. I am not that type of person. But I will cast my dread form.
Okay.
Which is what's the bonus action? Check that.
Just while we're waiting, thought everyone should know that my dog is really cute.
Yes, it is.
Duly noted.
Yes, indeed. Rocket is adorable. Bonus action, cast form of dread. Oh, wow. 2 temporary hit points. Bro, these.
And that people have to save against frightened if you hit them, right?
Right.
Okay.
And with that as a bonus action, I will then use Chill Touch on this person. Or
all right. And
Does
18 it will hit, yeah.
Right. So that is.
Oh.
That's 2 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah. It's not much, but it's a little bit.
And they have to make a DC 13 wisdom against my dread form.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. For some reason, I was thinking that was only melee, but that doesn't make any sense. So, sure. Let's see. Save wisdom. A 10.
So yes, they are afraid of me. Hopefully that at least stops them from doing what they were trying to do. I hope.
Or if they can't come closer to you, then at least one of them.
Yeah.
Well, it's just the one I hit. I'll have to hit the others.
Well, but if she can't come closer to you, she can't get to the one that's closer to you.
Oh, that's right. Nice.
Yeah.
Because sadly, to be fair, I can't see those, so that's a good pull. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right. Dianoc, your turn.
Okay. So I'm just in a on top of a pile of bones, and
Yep.
so I think I'm going to uh, the that's
You would
one of
have
these
certainly
tunnels look
landed
like
prone.
this? Huh?
What you would have landed prone.
Yeah. I mean, just so I'll get up, have
Mm-hmm.
my movement that way, and uh, these tunnels. Does one of them look like they're in going up?
I think at a guess you would probably think the western one does, but you're not sure. You can't really see.
Okay. Well, yep. Up is back to the front.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go try and go 1, 2, 3. I believe that is,
Yeah.
and I think that's probably the remain all my movement.
Mm-hmm.
And
And yeah,
I'll
and
call out to
you've got a
Canteen.
fork in the tunnel.
Uh, I think this way is back up. So
Well, but again, you also like you. It's just this the tunnel immediately forks too. So
yeah. Okay. Well, for my action, I'm gonna hold firebolt for anything threatening that appears.
gotcha. All right. That would make it your turn, Canthan.
Okay. I'm going to stand up and move to here as my move. As my action, I will. I can kind of from here. I can kind of see there's a corner of something over here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that might. I'm thinking that might be the shaft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm going to dash 10, 20, 30 up to here.
Okay.
And this is sloping upwards, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then this is the right way to go.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, you have an opportunity to use your firebolt, Dianok, because um, as the two of you kind of scrambled to your feet and tried to move off of it, you disturbed the pile enough that two mounds of yellow orange slime start to ooze up from underneath.
Okay.
Yeah, and let's see, what is their movement speed? Yeah, so probably I would say you would probably attack one of those.
Yeah. 11.
Um, hang on. An 11 does hit.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's 8 damage.
Okay, hold on.
8
And
fire.
now we're just now we cross our fingers that that is affected by the fire because oozes can be weird with the elemental effects.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The fire does seem to do just fine though.
Okay.
So I mean, it's gonna take more than 8 damage, but
Yeah.
it
But
does sort of scorch and boil away a section of it.
yeah. Oh, yeah. If I can, I'll call out ooze thing.
Yeah. So that one is able to move up and get close enough to you that it's going to try to attack with its pseudopod.
Okay.
That's only 6 to hit though.
That Diana kind of hops out, hops over the pseudopod.
Mm-hmm. And you can see that the other one is kind of coming up behind it in a hurry. All right. So for this round, both ghouls are still strapped down. They are struggling mightily, but looks like those straps are literally designed to keep them from getting away. So no good for them. This woman does look at you in terror, Exel, and does not want to get any closer, but she does go and undo the straps of this other one that's by her. You can see her just outside your line of sight. She is undoing the straps, and I think you see the legs of horrifying gray flesh are struggling, and she's undoing the straps. So that one is free now. on her turn. That makes it your turn again, Exel.
Man, let's see. Man, I do not want to get in that room by myself. Let's get there. All right.
Oh, does she make a save on her turn against the fear?
Let's see. That I do not know. It's it's until the end of my next turn. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So she doesn't save. Well, she'll be unfrightened once you.
End of your turn.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you hit it with her again.
Yeah.
Well,
so
luckily I can only see her, so it will be this time. It'll be I will do the most damage. I will take out my light crossbow and take a shot at her.
all right.
23.
Definitely hits.
It's 5 points.
All right. Yeah, you graze her shoulder with it.
Yeah, and I know that breaks the frightened, but another DC 13.
Mm-hmm. Uh, 13. So
she's not afraid of me anymore.
Yeah. All right. Also, Kanthan, is as you're coming around the corner there, well, I won't move you because you're not at the spot now, but you're going to be seeing the tunnel continue further than it is on your map there.
Yeah.
Going upward, and I'll move you when you get to the right spot.
Right. Okay.
But Dianok, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna. I'm going to. I'm gonna risk the opportunity attack and move.
It gets a 17.
Another firebolt down.
It gets a 17 for the opportunity attack.
I'll take it.
Okay. It's going to be 10 bludgeoning and 5 acid damage.
Shouldn't have took it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but yeah, okay. But yeah, so
Firebolt?
firebolt.
Okay.
And that's a natural 1.
A natural 1 is just about the only thing that won't hit.
Yeah. With my multiplier or with my bonus, I was gonna.
So are you moving or anything?
Yeah. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Right. You would probably be further than that, right? But yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So yeah, you're just seeing just a little bit around the corner there that you see a horrifying ghoul which has just been released from the straps holding it on a table up there. All right, Kanthan, your turn.
Okay, I will move 10 feet. Where does that put? Does that put me next to?
That's 15 feet where I just put you.
Okay, 15. Okay. 5, 10, 15 more. And yeah. I'm gonna dash, but just to here.
Okay.
Ignore that.
Actually, no. You know what?
Hmm?
I am going to stop there,
Mm-hmm.
drop my torch, and throw one of my holding my halberd in my left hand, draw one of my hand axes with my right, and throw it at the red robed figure.
Okay.
Um, that's got a 20-foot range, so I'm within range.
Great.
15 to hit,
15 hits.
8 damage,
Nice.
and
She groans in pain. She is injured, but not downed.
yeah, and as a bonus action, I'm going to use second wind.
All right.
Give me 10 points back.
Okay. It is the ochre jelly's turn. They are dashing, but they are slow. Even a dash only means 20 feet for them.
Blorp, 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 blorp.
Blorp, blorp. Indeed. Blorp, blorp, indeed. All right. It is the ghoul's turn. One of them is still strapped to the table, but the other one senses fresh meat, and it's going to run at you, Canthan.
Okay, as it enters my my
Yes.
threatened area, I get an opportunity attack on it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only 11.
An 11 is not quite good enough to hit.
Okay.
Let's see. Interesting. All right, so it is going to try to claw at you, use its claws on you. And it gets an 18 to hit.
That hits.
That's going to be 8 slashing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save. 23.
You are not paralyzed. All right. That is the ghoul's turn. It is the woman's turn. She is not frightened anymore by Exel, so she is running to the other table and unstrapping that ghoul. Exel, your turn.
I will take a shot at her with my. Actually, I will do another chill touch.
Okay.
19?
19 hits.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. 1
Ah.
point of
You
necrotic
guys are
damage.
getting some bad damage rolls.
But at least she has to make a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm. 16.
Oh yeah, she's fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else for your turn?
Nope. But if she does choose to attack me, she has disadvantage until. Oh well, I don't know yet. If she is undead, she has disadvantage because I hit her with chill touch. But if she's not, then it's
Okay.
fine.
She is not.
Okay.
All right. That makes it your turn, Dianok. A ghoul has just charged and attacked Canthan.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like something to throw a firebolt at.
Yeah.
So, that is a 15.
Okay. A 15 does hit.
Okay. And that is 6 damage.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Fire damage.
You scorch it, and some of its horrible undead flesh sizzles away, and it snarls and hisses, and it's got this enormous like venom tongue.
And like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna just move here and yeah,
All right.
that's my turn.
Great. Canthan.
okay. I am going to whack it with my halberd.
Mm-hmm. Seems like a good idea to me.
14 to hit.
14 hits.
Okay, they're not terribly hard to hit.
Nope.
So that's 10 points damage. As
All right.
a bonus action, I'm going to use the butt of my my halberd for a second attack,
Mhm.
going for my polearm master feat.
Yeah.
And where is that? Okay, right there. Did that roll it? No.
I don't see it.
Okay, well, let me just roll that. That's
A 10,
unfortunately just a
yeah,
10.
a 10 is not enough, unfortunately. Like
Okay.
you've dealt it a savage blow with that first strike, but then it sort of reels back out of the way when you try your follow up.
Yeah. Okay. That's my turn then.
All right. You've got these ochre jellies coming. Ochre jellies coming.
Ugh.
Yeah, so you can't see them on your layer, but they're basically just past where this layer of the map goes. So
So we could
Oh,
probably.
okay,
Yeah.
so
they
they're
will
like
catch up
coming
with
at
you
us
on
next.
their next turn.
Right. Okay.
Mhm. All right. And in fact, the tunnel is small enough that they can't both come side by side. They do have to go single
Right,
file,
single
even
file.
as oozes, because
Right.
like it's bad form for an ooze to get to mix yourself with another ooze. That's just like it's not like it's just not done right. Anyway, that makes it the ghoul's turn again. The one that's right there by you, Canthan, is going to try to claw you again.
Mm-hmm.
Only gets a 7 on that attack, though.
Okay.
And then I think the other ghoul staggers out here, looks to its left and sees Exel, and then the woman cries out, "No, you idiot!" as it charges at Exel and then falls down the hole.
Okay.
Oh.
Yay!
Yeah.
Fortuitous events indeed.
Yeah, so you hear a crunch of impact as it falls, snarling. But then you do still hear it growling and snarling below, so it's not dispatched. But now it is this woman's turn. She's not afraid of you. What is her deal? Yeah, there we go. Hang on. Let me pull up her actual stats now that she's doing things besides unstrapping ghouls. Okay, I think she is going to she's going to cast command on you, Exel. No, you know what? I take it back. She's just doing sacred flame this time. So dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, a 9.
Unfortunately, that's going to be 5 radiant damage for you.
Ouch.
As a burst of ugly looking radiant flame soars towards you and then hits.
Right.
Because he didn't jump out of the way fast enough.
In-
All right. But that makes it your turn though now, Exel.
Right. So I will. Let's see. Then I'll another shot with my crossbow.
All right.
15.
15 hits.
That is 6 points of damage.
All right. Yeah. You've definitely hurt her a lot at this point. She's still got a little energy to her, but she's also just looking like this is not how this was supposed to go.
Right.
You've ruined her whole day.
And wisdom save?
Oh, right. Yeah. Oops. did the wrong thing there. Wisdom 12.
So she is afraid of me.
All right.
And as a bonus action, I will rabbit hop
Mm-hmm.
as I can jump 10 feet
Nice.
over the hole.
There you go.
Boop.
You did it. You do still have, your movement speed minus 10 feet that you could move if you wanted.
Right. Then you know what? Yeah. Can I hear the sounds of the scuffle coming from that tunnel?
Yeah. Well,
Then-
you also, I think you probably just saw a little bit of the one running that way when she unstrapped it.
Right.
Yeah.
So then I will also move over here into the tunnel. So that way
Okay.
she can't move down it and I can make sure my buddies are there. Seeing as
Mm-hmm.
I don't think those zombies are fighting each other.
No, probably not. All
And
right.
that'll be my turn.
Okay, Axel, your turn. You definitely feel those ochre jellies slurping their
Oh,
way.
that's
Dianoc.
Oh, Dianoc, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to try something and cast sleep on both of them.
On
both of who?
on the ochre jellies?
The ochre jellies.
Oh,
I'm going to give you the opportunity to say that Dianoc would know better than that.
Okay. Yeah, because I was looking at the spell. It doesn't say particular type, but if I know it's immune to sleep, then yeah.
I am going to encourage you, as 3 players in a difficult combat encounter, to not throw away your spell like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll say it's because Dianoc's smart.
And
Okay.
and I'm going to say,
I'll take being smart.
get past the ghoul. I'm going to throw it at him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I actually get past the ghoul?
You're gonna not
Disengage action.
you can't move past through its square though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have room.
All right. Well,
Mm-mm.
just
Actually,
get up next to me
my
there.
thought was shoot firebolt at the ghoul.
Yeah, you can certainly do that. Yeah.
Okay.
And that is a 23.
23 will hit.
3 damage.
Okay. It is extremely bad now, but not dead. You could move one more square forward if you wanted. You'd then be in melee range of the ghoul, but
Well,
5 feet closer away from or further away from the ochre jellies.
Yeah. I'll move up.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay.
Your turn, Canthan.
I want to try to trade places with this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if and I've got like the back end hook on my halberd, so I could like try a shove attack, or if you think a grapple would work better, I can try and grab it and
I think
throw
that if you grapple it,
Mhm.
you can. I usually rule that you if it's the same size as you or smaller, you can drag it at half movement. And I would include in that, like, for example, if you pulled it back to where you were in the spot to the west of Dianoc, that you could sort of drag it and sort of push it that way, right?
Okay. Then I will try and grapple it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you make an
Athletics
athletics check, and it will be making acrobatics, which is just straight dexterity for it.
Crap, I only got a 9.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it rolled a 19, so...
Okay. Does that count as an attack?
Yes.
Okay. Hooey.
It is extremely wounded, though.
Yeah. I didn't attack with the glaive, so I can't use the polearm master for the butt. I've got a lot of other bonus actions I can do though. You know what? I'm going to use my action surge.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm just going to hit it with my halberd then.
Okay.
23.
Hits.
8 damage.
You kill it.
So, no, okay.
You cut its head off.
All right. And I'm going to um, take my move action. 10, 20 to there, and now I'll use my halberd's butt against the
The woman there.
woman there.
All right.
Nope, but only a 9.
All right. Yeah. That she jumps out of the way.
Still have not gotten the hang of that yet.
All right. That makes it the ochre jelly's turn. The lead one does get close enough to you to attack again, Dianok.
Yep. Yep.
Pseudopod, but it gets a critical miss. You are able to duck out of the way as you think it's briefly confused by whether or not it should try to go for the ghoul instead, but it does swing at you but misses. All right. That's their turn. The one ghoul is dead. The other ghoul is going to try to come back up. So what's their movement speed? I think it's just, yeah, it's full, 30 feet. So 1, 2, 3. It's going to run into, it catches up with the rear ochre jelly's butt and finds its path blocked. All right, and it is this woman's turn. She is going to. She sees you. I think she's going to command you, Canthan.
Okay.
Or she's going to try anyway. So that is.
Wisdom save?
I believe so. Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Only a 9.
She says drop, and you have to drop whatever you're holding on your turn.
Okay.
Not alphabetized.
Okay. So that's your turn, or that's her turn. So Exel, it's your turn. You see Canthan suddenly has a little bit of a daze in his eyes as she's cast a spell on him.
Right. I am just going to take a shot at her again with my crossbow.
All right.
13.
Hits. Just barely.
Oof. That is 7 points.
Yeah. She is extremely wounded. Not down, but super bad.
And another wisdom.
Mm-hmm. She can't take another hit like that. She only gets an 11, so she's still afraid, I think.
Yep.
All right. Dianok, it's your turn. You might want to move.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and take a disengage action.
Probably the right thing. Yeah.
Climb over the dead ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then 10. Let my roll 20 catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Then 1, 2, 3. That'll.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. And yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Kenthan, unfortunately, you are forced to spend your turn dropping your weapon on the floor, and then your turn ends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and also I would have called out, jellies! Jellies are coming!
All right. So Kenthan drops his weapon. The jellies are coming. The jellies are coming. I think this one stops and hangs out for a while on the corpse of the ghoul. the other one is it is coming up behind, and because it's blocked, it starts slurping up the wall to like go pass it on the ceiling. But it's
It
not.
doesn't. It doesn't have any interest in the ghoul, huh?
No, the first one does. The second one is coming by it.
No, no, no. The ghoul that's coming up behind them.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I forgot because there are different map layers. That does make sense. All right, yeah, it gets a hit, and yeah, it definitely it kills and starts consuming that ghoul.
Yeah.
Boy.
I think though, Axel, anyone looking to though that it's consuming those dead ghouls really fast. It's not gonna take it long.
Right.
All right, so that is the ochre jelly's turn. It is the ghoul's turn now too. It is now
Be consumed.
this woman's turn, and she looks at this situation. Seems pretty bad, you know. It's not going
Mhm.
her way. But she's going to cast Hold Person on Exel.
Oh no. Okay.
So that is a Wisdom saving throw, Exel.
Alrighty.
Oh.
A
Right.
9.
So Exel, as you see this this ochre jelly dissolving the corpse of the ghoul into mush and then starting to send little tendrils in your direction, you suddenly find yourself paralyzed and unable to move.
And the frightened condition wouldn't stop her from doing that?
No, it gives her disadvantage on attack rolls, but
Ah.
Yeah.
Because it's safe. Darn.
all right. That is her turn. So Exel, it is your turn now, but you are paralyzed, but you can make another Wisdom saving throw at the end of your turn.
Okay. Because what does Hold Person do?
You're paralyzed.
Right.
So basically, you can't do anything on your turn, but at the end of your turn, you can repeat the saving throw.
Right.
You do not want to be paralyzed when this thing tries the ghoul.
No,
the jelly
that's
tries to hit you.
No
bad.
way. Uh-uh.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try to break free of this.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
what's what happened
That's-
anyway. There's not really a choice in the matter, but go
Yeah.
ahead and make your
Yeah.
Wisdom saving throw again.
Oh.
That's
Six.
even lower. Unfortunately, yeah, you are still paralyzed.
All right.
Yeah.
Enoch, see if you can
Yes.
lower a rope on down that hole.
Actually, well, Theonok is going to actually try a secondary method of breaking a spell by killing the caster.
Mm,
Firebolt.
yeah.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. So let's see that firebolt attack roll.
Crit.
Nice.
Nice.
Natural 20.
All right.
Roll those critical dice.
Nice. Yeah. That she is killed.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, just kind of.
So, Exel, you are no longer paralyzed because
Ooh.
the spell is ended as soon as she is killed.
Right.
Anything
But-
else on your turn, Dayanok?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna, try and move down to here. Okay, yeah, and
All right.
okay.
Yeah. Your turn, Canthan. You are.
Okay, I'm going to run over here and grab this table
Mm-hmm.
and pull it over to the door and tie a rope around it so that I can toss it down that pit.
Okay. I think I'll allow you to. You know what? Make a survival check for your knot.
18.
Yeah, you think it's pretty good.
Okay.
All right. Okay. But I think that's probably your whole turn, though.
Yeah, that I figured. Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
my whole thing.
All right. So I think on this turn, the first ochre jelly is going to finish consuming the ghoul, but that is its whole turn this round. The other one is working on the other ghoul, but because it had to kill that one first, it's a little bit. It's not done yet.
And Kantan says, "Down we go, folks." And I'm going to mark off that rope because I'm pretty sure it's not going to be any shape when we're done.
Sure. So that is Canthan's turn. I just said the ochre jelly's turn. The woman is dead. Axel, it is your turn.
Right. So you know what? I will take the opportunity attack
Mm-hmm.
and move here.
It gets a 16.
Does not hit.
All right. Lucky you.
And I will use Chill Touch on the jelly.
Okay.
That is a 22.
Definitely
Nice.
hits. All right.
6 points of necrotic damage and a wisdom save.
And a wisdom save. Oops. Oops. That I clicked the wrong thing. Actually, let me double check. I'm not sure.
See if it's immune to frightened.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm not sure the ochre jelly is smart enough to be.
Oh.
Yeah, it is immune to frightened.
Right.
However, it does absolutely take that necrotic damage.
Go down the rope.
Oh no. Bonus action. I will use my last rapid hop to hop back over the hole.
Where are you going?
It's because it just goes back down the tunnel I came from. So I know where that comes from. I don't know what's in the hole.
Well, you did see your friends come back around, though. They fell down the hole and then came out of that tunnel to the north at the
Right.
here.
And your friend just tied a rope so that and threw the rope down so that there was a way.
Well, so
down.
Axel, you can do what you like, but it is certainly true that you saw Canthan seeming to make a plan to descend the rope.
Right.
So up to you.
And say, down you go. Okay. All right.
Actually,
all right. Don't listen to me. That's fine.
What? No, actually, no. What I'll do is I will still hop across, so I can defend you two as you go.
Okay.
So you'll say something like, you'll cover our exit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially because they can only go one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we all want to have a slimy thing fall on top of us.
Right.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. So Dianok, your turn.
Kantan is waving you over. Come on.
Okay, so Dianok is going to, Dianok is going to shoot a firebolt. 18.
Hits.
3 damage, and then go down the hole.
Okay, so because you are 20 feet away from the top of the rope, you can only make it 10 feet down the rope. Unless you drop.
Right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and drop.
The last 20 feet.
You're going to take 2d6 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. 6. Another 6 damage to drop.
Oof. Ow, but I'm still up.
All right. I don't know why you chose to drop, but it's up to you. Certainly, Canthan wouldn't have been able to get past you.
Yeah.
So there is that.
So
yeah.
All right.
That.
So it would be your turn now, Canthan.
Yeah, I'm going to grab hold of the rope with my gloved hand. And actually, can I see the hand axe that I threw?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna run, scoop that up. I figure that's probably gonna use my move to do that,
Mm-hmm.
and then dash to go down the rope.
Okay. All right. It is the ochre jelly's turn now. I think Axel, you see as slurp, 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 and that one begins eating the the woman. So hope you didn't want to search her body or anything.
Right.
Uh, the other one uses its turn this round to finish eating the other ghoul. All right, Axel, it is your turn.
Then I will again chill touch the one that's eating the lady's corpse.
Mm-hmm.
8.
An 8 just hits, believe it or not.
Oh my god. That is 2 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Not very much, but
Nope.
you know, every little bit helps. Okay. So I think then that would be that's the end of your turn?
It is.
All right. Dianoc, your turn. Just for the record,
Okay,
as
so-
I mentioned, yeah, like this room seems entirely to be, corpse disposal.
Yeah, gonna. 1, 2. Did I land prone when I dropped?
I think because you dropped on purpose and not surprised by a trap, you can land on your feet.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4. See if I can. That's my. That's my movement.
Okay.
Um, and I'm gonna wait there and hold fireball if I see any
Other than
enemies.
your friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You from where you are, you only see more tunnel.
Okay.
Do you have dark vision, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I thought so. All right, Kenthan, your turn.
Okay, speaking of dark vision,
Mhm.
because I dropped my torch up at the top,
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably in near darkness at this point, so I'm going to take out another torch and light it.
Okay.
And if I've still got move left, I'm going to shout up, and it's like, "Come on down! Those things are gonna wait that long." And get out of the way so he doesn't drop on top of me.
Okay. All right. Ochre Jelly's turn. I think the one up here is going to use its action again to finish eating the woman. The other one has finished with the ghoul and is following. Slurp, slurp. You can't see it, but you hear more slurping sounds coming from that tunnel. All right, Axel, your turn.
I know which way this goes. Right. Might as well. Can I jump to the rope and climb down, or it's just my action anyway?
Yeah,
Not
I
a
would say
special
that's probably an athletics or acrobatics check to try to jump and grab the rope.
I will try acrobatics.
Mhm.
18.
Yeah, you are able to jump to the rope. You can only get 20 feet down with your movement, but if you want to use your action or just drop the last 10 feet, you can. Either of those will get you to the bottom.
then I will dash so that I can finish climbing down without getting hurt and move
Okay.
away from the hole.
All right. Okay, you do jump down. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I use my dash to climb down the rest of the way so I don't get
Great.
hurt.
So yeah, I think you'd probably have another 10 feet from there.
All right. And my form of dread does end. It only
Okay.
lasts a minute.
All right.
And I will, since I got 10 feet from there, I'll move here.
Okay. Dianok.
All right, so like I'll call out kind of quiet call out, say, "There's more tunnel this way," and then probably I. Yeah, I think I'm gonna continue forward. Like, I'm gonna move forward.
I've moved you onto
And
the
then
sort of the
move
next room
forward.
there. Yep.
And I can't.
I
Wait,
moved
see.
you. Okay. So it's
Yep. I'm just trying to make sure I get to it.
okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a roll 20 to catch up. So
Okay. I can't do it. You see more tunnel? It curves around to the right.
I know.
Are you moving all the? Okay. Well, all right.
I know.
All right.
Okay, so
Mhm.
sorry.
That's okay. Well, I just like
Yeah.
I mean.
So I'm gonna go there and just. Right, I'm going there and waiting.
Okay. What you see in there is damaged furniture has been dragged into this area to create a study. 2 bookshelves stand alongside chairs and a desk covered with papers. The rough cave walls feature gouges as if some powerful creature dragged its claws across the stone. Canten.
Like, that way goes back to the surface. Come on. And I'll 10, 20, 30. I suppose that's going to take me to about there.
Mm-hmm.
And after a nod from Dynok that things are clear out there, I'll dash into here and look around to see if there's anything just immediately catches my eye as important.
Well, I mean, I just described what you see in the room. Anything else is going to take more time.
Okay. It's like let's look over this stuff quickly. Those Okertillies are probably going to climb down the shaft.
Well, let's give so for sure the one that's up there does start doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't get very far. The other one's behind it. But at the same time, you don't have any, like, oozes are not known for, like, being especially perceptive.
Right.
So you tell me, like, are you just going to run forever? What's the plan here? Like,
I was well.
I'm just saying that in theory, it's possible that if they come back to the room where they hang out in usually and they don't see anything, they might just stay there.
Right, but I don't trust my friend to not lead them behind us.
Okay, I'm asking you guys what your plan is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I think yeah.
I'm saying that it's not obvious that they're going to follow you forever, no matter how far away you get.
Right. So I'm kind of panting, watching, listening, and seeing whether they're following us.
All right.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, Axel.
I see my friend dash down the tunnel, so I will follow.
All right.
I will take the dash action, so that first run gets me there.
I'll move you. You can get to there with the dash.
Right. Yep.
All right. And so I guess the question for you right now is, are you planning to keep moving or are you going to try to hide and hope they don't follow?
I
think,
think hide and hope they don't follow is a good idea.
yeah.
All right.
So
Well, then I need each of you to make a stealth check as you attempt to hide and hope that they don't pursue down this tunnel. Because you've certainly outpaced them, and they wouldn't have any sort of a.
I'm not too
direct
good at
ability
this,
to sense
and
you.
I've got disadvantage because of my chainmail.
Mhm.
So I got a 3.
Got a 10.
18.
Okay. So what is their senses? Um.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, only one of them is even going to get a chance to make the roll. And it got a 7. You know what? I think no. I don't think it no. They can't. They don't have. They can't. You're outside their realm of sensing. You've moved more than
Okay.
60 feet away from them.
Okay. I
So
think we lost him.
okay, so
So let's have a look around here and
purchase
see what we
advice.
can learn.
Mm-hmm. Do you need me to read the room description again?
Yeah.
Damaged furniture has been dragged into this area to create a study. 2 bookshelves stand alongside chairs and a desk covered with papers. The rough cave walls feature gouges as if some powerful creature dragged its claws across the stone. But before you get a chance to actually study this room in more detail, you hear a sound. And the whole cavern vibrates around you. And then from above, you hear. And then there's a whole sort of like whoosh of displaced air moving through the cavern.
Well, that'll be them closing off the entrance.
Hope we can find the other.
The other exit.
Yeah, otherwise, well, we'll have some difficult times ahead.
So I'm gonna take a look at the desk and the papers on it.
Okay. So it looks like a drawing desk, and you see nubs of charcoal and drawings are scattered across the desk. The sketches range from mundane portraits and cityscapes to ghastly renditions of demonic faces with saucer-sized eyes. You see that a number of them look like they're sort of old-fashioned type of buildings. Some of the drawings suggest that the buildings are not in good repair, and some of the drawings say Los Gavilanes on them. But as you're sort of sorting through those sketches, you see one sketch depicts an elegantly dressed tiefling with a prosthetic horn.
Oh, a friend of ours.
Mm-hmm. And numerous of the cityscapes show one distinctive house. Looks like a manor house that had been converted into apartments. And many of those sketches bear the caption "Home" written in a shaky hand. The only other thing you find on the desk looks like half of a hinged silver locket wrapped in paper. And the half of the locket that you have contains a tiny pencil portrait of a warmly smiling woman.
Any chance that it's the woman that got eaten by the ochre jellies upstairs?
No.
Okay. Right. Well, this all looks important. So I'm gonna scoop up several of the drawings, especially the one that says home, and the tiefling and the devil face, and shove those into my backpack.
Yeah. In case it wasn't clear, the buildings that you see in those cityscapes is clearly a much larger city than, say, Milpigul was.
Yeah.
I'd like to examine the claw marks in the wall
Mm-hmm.
to see if I can tell what did that.
Okay. I guess make a survival check.
6.
Okay. It's hard to tell. It's very haphazard. Clearly, it would have had to be something strong enough to sort of make gouges in the stone, and they do look like they're some it whatever did it was at least human sized.
Um, so Dianok would like to actually, look at the gouges and, see if it's, they know Infernal as a language, so see if might be like,
They don't look like any kind of
okay,
language. They look like an animal clawing.
yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So and then search the bookcases.
Sure. The bookshelves hold a mix of fiction, histories, and more. Uh, Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay, that is a 15.
You also find a spell scroll of lesser restoration
Ah, gonna-
and a book containing rituals for alarm, find familiar, and illusory script.
and
Nice.
that's gonna go into the bag.
Mhm.
Say, yeah, and definitely the scrolls. Like, now is that you have to be able to, it has to be your classes on
All
your
of those are wizard compatible spells.
Okay, they are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So well, looks like we have key to possibly removing the Serrano one, at least one person.
Mhm.
Right.
So I think as you're doing that, there is a particularly sort of large kind of gust of the wind through, and maybe it's your imagination, but it sounds just like howling. The wind is howling through the tunnel. And I think that's probably a good place for us to end tonight's session.
Oh boy. Oh, that's
Yeah.
wow, that's fun. Ah,
Oh, I'm wrong. Actually, the claws are symbols. Sorry, I didn't scroll down far. No, never mind. Not in this room. Not in this room.
Oh.
There's some later, but not here.
okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, yeah. Dianok's still gonna keep an eye out because Fiend, Infernal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, so we will leave this adventure for here for tonight. Uh, we are likely to have both Paul and Lee back next week. So I guess we'll have to decide offline whether we will be finding a new character for Lee to join with Spelljammer Academy and finish that adventure, or to have Flounce and Xenothon join you all in this one. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, we'll leave it here, and we'll return for more adventure next week on so many levels.
Too many levels.
Yeah.